Innovation and change in the music business, or business as usual? Who is it that ultimately pays for the art with their blood, sweat, time, money, and the risk it takes to give it all to your art? Not AI, not big corporations or their employees, not the consumers or the distributors. It's the artists themselves. It's about time we break the unholy bond between free creativity and business, liberating the creators who truly bear the cost of artistic expression. The industry, an enigmatic beast with a voracious appetite for cash, finds itself at a crossroads. Artists, the very soul of this grandiose spectacle, scream for change and bottom-up economics, but their cries often drown in the opulent echoes of business as usual. The dichotomy is stark. Big corporations dominate the landscape like ancient, unyielding fortresses. Gatekeepers, with promises of gold at the end of a rainbow that twists and turns through murky contracts and legal labyrinths, uphold an old order. Their tricks, as seasoned as carnival con men, bind artists in a gilded cage. These companies spin tales of potential fame and fortune, but the reality for many artists is a trickle-down economy where crumbs from the top barely sustain the bottom. Artists, desperate for transformation yet shackled by dependence, teeter on the edge of a paradox. They yearn to disrupt the system but simultaneously cling to it, recognizing that their survival hinges on this very machinery. The call for innovation becomes a faint whisper in a whirlwind of codependence, creating a stagnant environment resistant to change. But there's a spectre lurking in the shadows. Artificial intelligence. AI churns out art with mechanical precision, its cold algorithms crafting melodies and beats that echo through the empty halls of creativity's graveyard. The encroachment of AI on artistic territory raises questions about the sanctity of human creativity. Are we relegating our artists to obsolescence as machines march over the graves of those who once held the creative reins? The system, however, is deeply entrenched. Patterns of behavior and old structures are as hard to shake off as a tenacious, ingrained stain. The music business at its core is about making money. It's a brutal irony. The industry that should be a beacon of free creativity is bound by the iron chains of commercialism. Yet, paradoxically, money can buy space and time. Precious commodities that allow artists to create freely. Ultimately, the power to instigate change eludes the grasp of most artists. They are educated and trained to navigate a business that seems designed to chew them up and spit them out. Many will leave disillusioned or fall ill, casualties of a system that thrives on their talent but rarely nurtures their well-being. And when our very dreams are stifled and polarized in the bottlenecks of a business system, we do not seem to be able to create visions of a new system that is benign to us all. But perhaps the road ahead is not paved by rebellion and disruption of a codependent system, but a communal reimagination of a collective dream based on artistic freedom and the space and time to create other futures than a certain death in a business system that sacrifices the many for the few. It's about forging new pathways together, where the power to shape one's destiny is not an elusive dream, but a shared reality. Until then, the music industry will remain a tantalizing paradox, an industry screaming for change, yet rooted in business as usual. Innovation in the music business created by codependent innovators will just add value and more codependency to the existing system. Tearing down the system without something to replace it with will only be catastrophic for everyone. Changing piece by piece takes too long. Changing attitudes and behaviors need strong, willful beacons of light with time and resources behind them. It is only perhaps when this corruption and codependency ends that real change can happen. When artists do not feed the very monster that devours them in the end. AI taxes, perhaps? A redistribution system like universal basic income could be one of the gate openers to a communal dream of artistic freedom. Is this the dream that unbinds us all to become autonomous dreamers of a shared reality? The paradox and the irony. This text was written with the untiring assistance of AI. The image is made by AI with inspiration from Hieronymus Bosch. Should these AI services be taxed and evenly distributed to the artists?